The sculpture bears witness to our seek for solace. Written by Irene June. We have always been each other. I have always been my mother, grandmother, great-grandmother. I have always been my father, grandfather, great-grandfather. I don't know how else to explain the interconnectedness between ourselves and the world around us. It is overwhelming and comforting to process. I am simultaneously alone and not alone in the slightest. I often refer to myself as we, like my body is made of Irene and June, along with every one of my ancestors. As I stay alive and take care of myself, they stay alive with me. I hope you are with me now. It is pivotal to understand where the impact of art lies. It is between and through. It lies between entities and through space, just as color exists between the object and the eye, just as sound exists between the ear and vibration of space. Art, quote unquote, exists as the relationship between us. Another way I'd like to say it is art, quote unquote, is the interaction between entities. For my purposes, I will be focusing on art object, artist, audience, ancestor, and space. I see them in constant flux with, as, one another. At one moment, I am the artist. At the next moment, I am the audience. What we can see here is the impossibility of an absolute separation of identity. Does that make sense? If interaction is the art, what is the material being used? I would like to argue that the material is agency, quote unquote. It is what we do with agency that is interaction. For our purposes, I would like to point us towards intra-action as a way to expand our thinking. Karen Barad's intra-action understands agency as a dynamism of forces. To locate our agency within a given interaction can allow us to exist more honestly and genuinely. We can sit with that for a time. I would like us to exist more honestly. The ability to act emerges from within the relationship, not outside of it. Within interaction, we are faced in that moment to become who we want to be. Take this moment for one deep breath. To respond how we would like is a practice. With practice, it becomes easy. Imaginary walls disappear from in front of me. I realize I was free all along. To see agency as a dynamic force that is constantly in flux allows us to deepen understanding of ourselves and each other. To understand agency can allow us to become better wielders of it. I hope this can empower us, shaking off the shame, arriving at actualization. This framework acknowledges the impossibility of an absolute separation or a classically understood objectivity. As agency is constantly in flux, so is identity. We are beings in flux, with the freedom to change our minds at any moment. I've drawn a diagram to explain this better. So now, what can we do with that? As a sculptor, I do believe in the present magic involved in creation of art object, whether known by the artist or not. My interest in sculpture lies in what it can do for us as a tool, what it can show us outside of ourselves, and how it can be a mirror and a self-portrait. Jane Bennett speaks of the thing power of non-human agents, and I would like to add her perspective to our current conversation. As a non-human agent, the art object interacts with its environment from the start of its creation. I like to imagine the osmosis of it all, the environment, me, us, building the object then looking back at me, us. It implicates me and influences my next move. Neither of us are the same after meeting. The sculpture is evidence of the interaction between my ancestors and I. Each mark is a meditation. Each ring of the bell is a prayer. Each subsequent work grows upon the foundation I have laid over the last 8 years of this devotional practice. The result is a large, amorphous site that I invite us to rest in, constantly expanding. I hope that if I pray hard enough, loud enough, that my ancestors may hear me and know that I am thinking of them, and that I'm thanking them for their protection and wisdom. As I continue to build the object, the material pushes back against me with its own agenda. It crumbles and folds where it wants, telling me its limits, and as I listen closely, its inclinations. Upon stepping back, the art object arrives with its own selfhood outside of my own. It is me and it is not me. It represents me, but ultimately it represents itself. It sits how it wants, in anticipation to perform its role. I hand out incense to the audience, and I am the first to pray and open the portal. The sculpture bears witness to our seek for solace and gives it to us. To my right, the Taiwanese groundskeeper shuts his eyes tight and prays so earnestly that I begin to cry. Our ancestors part the clouds, allowing for the smoke to rise to heaven. The snow is soft and cold.